What's up everyone, it's a bit late, but this series continues from the last week where I was 1756. So in the first game, we had a Legionnaire, a Devourer, a Pearl, and someone was required to carry. Yellow didn't really care, so I decided to just select the carry filter and just use it for the first time in random, and I got a Hammerstorm, so this game I'll be playing Hammerstorm. And it's pretty stressing because I'll be required to carry. All the burden will be on me. At first I thought that I'm going to be going in the long lane, you know, just like usual, but this is high level stuff, guys, so Midas offered to go in the top lane suicide, and we will be pseudo tri-laning the bottom lane, so more pressure on me. If I don't farm, it'll be bad. So the bottom lane at first, it seemed like no one's there. We called misses thinking that they will get a first blood somewhere, but it turns out I'm playing against a suicide Ra. So this lane was honestly really easy. I got a lot of farm and we even got first blood on Ra, but one mistake I made was use my hammer when he was 1 health. I mean, really? That was so completely unnecessary, a waste of mana. Nonetheless, we get him a second time as well, where I just get enough mana for my stun. He wasn't ready for it. This was from a previous engage, he was low. And then I already had my steam boots. I just started tower diving. There was nothing he could do. This lane just got completely crushed, and I was farming pretty well too. So then we kind of moved closer to the mid lane, we kind of ganked them. The reason Pyro died here is because they didn't have wards when I ganked. If they had wards, I'm pretty sure Pyro would have survived. And this clip, very interesting strategy I came up with. I wanted to kill Rob, but I knew he had his ultimate and I only had mana for 1 stun after using my ultimate. So I tried to take him down so that I could stun him with my first skill once he revives and kill him. But didn't work out. But it still was a nice try. So 13 minutes, I already have my portal key, and after returning to base, I'm defending middle, and I just used my skill to try stun as many people as possible, used my ultimate and just started mowing people down, because at this point I think I had like 450 GPM or something. I was crazy farmed. Their Predator in the top lane was not nearly as farmed as me. So we were just dominating, crushing them completely, and I was just doing my job, so I was happy about that. This clip here, I saw that Devourer is trying to gank and I really want to help. I knew I didn't have enough mana for a stun, but I still wanted to help with a few auto attacks, and this was only possible because I had a TP. Devourer though died because he got killed by the puzzle box minion's passive ability. Here I get really greedy, just a mistake that you guys shouldn't do. I mean, Empath, first of all, she had a mana battery which saved her, but even if she didn't have a mana battery, this was so completely not worth it. I just got completely greedy. So I wanted to explain my build a bit, which I think actually it's okay to use your ultimate just to farm on creeps, but your ultimate only gives you base damage. It doesn't give you attack damage, it gives you base damage, and the only thing that gives base damage is your primary attribute, in this case strength. So I went for an Incenterius and also a Symbol of Rage later on. I was just getting strength. So in this teamfight I just wanted to show a moment where I kind of try to kill the melee creep that deals a lot of damage from the puzzle box when he was outside the bubble. So just something to know. And speaking of these creeps, Warbeast used a very interesting strategy where he summoned the creeps, used his ultimate, and just ran away himself and just used the creeps alone. And he actually managed quite a few kills with this, so just something you can use in your game. So I got a post haste because Warbeast was a good player. He realized they can't out-carry us, so he started backdooring. So I teleported to kill Predator, just with my post haste to try it out. Use my ultimate, use my Incenterius, everything's on, and this hero is so stupid. He's not nearly as farmed as me, but he's so stupid that he can do that. What? He was full health after that. It was so incredibly annoying. I died again and I used a buyback, teleported back with the post haste to just try and kill this guy again. This was much later in the game, but still, I tried go for him, and it's 2-on-1 this time, and we still can't do anything. Tell me, what is this hero? What? I'm not sure if this is broken or what. I mean, yes, I know stacking strength is bad against Predator, but that is still stupid. So eventually we did kill Conquer and outfarm them and get good teamwork, and we just overpowered them slowly. And Predator ran out of buybacks because we didn't kill him quite a few times, but he just bought back and annoyed us a lot. So this game was my victory and I managed to carry, and I was really happy about that. I played pretty well, and got my 5 MMR to put me in 1760 plus. So that's a new, what can I call this? New area, I guess? Getting closer to 1300. In any case, we're going to game number 2, of course, because 1 game per video would just be stupid. So we're gonna continue, and in this game I'm playing against the Salomon and Armdown, who both randomed, and Salomon tried to accuse me of being a coward. You don't just accuse me of being a coward. I instantly randomed Demented Shaman and instantly ready up. Well, almost instantly. So I'll be playing support this game, and just like any good support, I buy both wards at the start and give them to our Bubbles, which will be suiciding. So I panicked a little bit when he picked Bubbles because our lanes didn't work out, but then he pointed out that he's gonna suicide. But even so, this time we're doing actually something different than everyone is probably used to, and that is we're going to dual lane top and mid and have a suicide Bubble. So not a tri-lane, but still pretty interesting. So my teammates start off pretty well. They get a first blood. Unfortunately, Bubbles dies in the process as well, but that's still our first blood, and it was pretty nice. But our lane was really weird, because we were playing against a suicide Salomon. But that's something new. He just leveled his passive, which gives him a shield when he moves. And it was surprisingly very, very difficult to play against him. He just beat me with auto attacks, even though I used my first skill to deal damage. But he was just so difficult. He just kept overpowering me without even giving me a chance. But eventually he did get kind of greedy. I managed to bait him out and we killed him. So it's still like he brought me really low to potentially kill me. I maxed out my first skill and used it just to try and deal as much damage as possible. Right now I don't know if maxing my third skill would have been better, just to kind of heal myself and harass him at the same time. Maybe that would have been more kind of mana efficient. But nonetheless, while Salomon did get levels, he got no farm, and more importantly, much more importantly, Sandwraith got farm. Sandwraith got really farmed. He didn't miss many last hits, and I just kept harassing Salomon, tried to keep him out of the lane, so I was doing my job and we were just doing great. And then my mouse got stuck. As you can see, my mouse isn't really moving, or kind of moving weirdly, staying in the same place. Finally it moved at the end there, but yeah, my mouse got stuck. Unfortunately, that happens. But well, at least I managed to get back into the game very quickly. We took down Salomon with some teamwork and moved back into the lane. But the reason my mouse didn't work before was some dust, and because I was in a different room with a different mouse pad, blah blah blah. That doesn't matter. What matters is that I triple stacked the pull camp, and I did use it because Salomon did not ward it. And oftentimes in games lately, especially the new changes, people just forget about stacking, or they just give up on it because they think it just doesn't give much. And I could even agree to an extent, but I still managed to triple stack it and pull it, not just to deny the experience, but also to get gold. Nymphoria was playing a really good support, buying all the wards so I could spend my gold on some items, and also once she got level 6, she started ganking very well with Pebbles. Mid lane actually got crushed, top lane got crushed, and bottom lane even Bubbles did very well, so all 3 lanes pretty much got dominated. There was one point in the game where it was kind of like, because we kind of really horribly, even I would say without a chance, lost a team fight. So it was just very poor, but there was a very, very easy explanation for this. And that is that the team fight was 4 against 5 because Sandwraith was farming top. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, let him farm. He almost farmed his mock, so just let him do his thing. He'll carry out us late game. But in the meantime, I did counter ward, so I saw their support ward and I did pick up a counter ward. I also stacked the Ancients, so I was doing a really good job as a support. I was watching the minimap and stacking and everything. So eventually, Sandwraith had his mock, and he had a crazy good GPM, and Pebbles also had a crazy good GPM, and we just completely overpowered and crushed them. So that was a good game. I supported pretty well, didn't forget to stack, counterward, and yeah, that's the win. And that is going to be me putting myself, I think, I've never been this far before. Yeah, pretty cool, man. So 1765 now. I'm already late with this video, I'm sorry, so I decided to stop after 2 games and edit this as fast as possible. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm closer to 1800. I'll get there, and I will see you next time. So that's Nymphoria.